I would like to tell you the easy way to learn Islam. Now, of course, Islam is famous for being hard to understand, and the reason for this is most people try to understand Islam by reading the Quran. Don't do that. Well, you can do that, but it's not the way to learn about Islam that's easy. You want to start with Muhammad. We have a biography of his, and it's a fabulous biography. He was born an orphan, and then actually was an orphan 3 different times, but then he went to absolute power and became the first ruler of the Arabian Peninsula. So it's an exciting political and religious story. Now, when you're studying Muhammad, you are studying Islam because there are 91 verses in the Quran which state that every Muslim is to imitate Muhammad in everything that he does. Now, this is slightly the hard thing to understand when you're reading Muhammad, because when he practices jihad, this is what a Muslim should be doing. So it's sometimes hard to remember that all the things that he's doing are now the essence of Islam, but that is the case. For instance, if you hear a Muslim say, well, Islam was the first to give women their rights, since you've read about Muhammad, you know that, well, one of the rights they have is to be in a harem, and they also have the right to be a sex slave. So you see, when you study Muhammad, you come up with some very excellent arguments either for or against Islam. Now, none of the old defenses work. When you talk to somebody, they want to say, well, I know this Muslim and what he says. You can say back, oh, but I know a Muslim too. The Muslim that I know, his name is Muhammad, and he is the perfect Muslim. Indeed, the Muslim, if you know, if he's not imitating Muhammad, then he's wrong anyway. And if he is imitating Muhammad, then he's right, but we can skip him and just go directly to Muhammad. So Muhammad can settle a lot of argument. If you hear someone like Obama state that, well, Islamic State, ISIS, is not really Islam, you can say, well, you know, I've studied the life and traditions of Muhammad, and everything that Islamic State does, Muhammad did himself. So now wait a minute, Mr. Obama. If Muhammad did it, it is Islamic, and therefore if Islamic State does the same thing, they're Islamic too. So it's a very powerful tool. Then we have that famous statement, starting with George Bush, Islam is the religion of peace. Well, if that's so, then Muhammad must have been a peaceful man. Well, it turns out when he went to Medina, the last 9 years of his life, he committed 100 separate acts of violent jihad. So is Islam the religion of peace? Well, it may be, but Muhammad was a jihadist, and that's how he achieved success. If someone says, well, you know, Islam is just like all the other religions, you can say, well, it has one difference, and that difference is it doesn't have a golden rule. Now, if you try to search and find the golden rule, you won't find it, but they could just say, well, you're overlooking it. But Muhammad gives you a proof that there is no golden rule in Islam. Muhammad, the perfect Muslim, attacked every neighbor that he had, pagan, Christian, and Jew. Now, since one of the expressions about the golden rule is, be a good neighbor. Well, Muhammad was a dreadful neighbor. He would attack you if you wouldn't agree with him. So do you see how powerful Muhammad is? And let me give you one last step to use in the study of Muhammad. If you would like to convert a Muslim to either atheism, Christianity, Buddhism, or whatever else, start out with Muhammad. Because most Muslims do not know what Muhammad did. Remember, they think that Islamic State is not Islamic. But you can find everything you need to know about Muhammad to talk to a Muslim, to put him in a position where he's interested in hearing a new idea. So if you're a Christian and wish to practice the Great Commission, don't start with Jesus. Start with Muhammad. It's an easy place to start. And it is easy because this is a biography and it's interesting, not dull. So if you want to learn about Islam, read Muhammad. Thank you.